scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
Here's Irving. The stupendous finish in traffic. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Lowry kicks to Ross. Passes it to Valanciunas. Knocks down the 10-footer. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Black, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, last season viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness. His shooting percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 34-point game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop at that foul line. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling.
Now here's LeBron following the miss by DeRozan. James dishes to Love. Waiters passes to James. Just 5 to shoot from downtown, and he gets it to go. LeBron's got 5 points so far.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer.
Here's Ross. Offers off the pick and hammers it home.
Boy, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make him stop you.
Here's Irving. The Raptors getting the bucket. James outside. Now Varejao inside. No luck. Toronto trailing. Here's DeRozan, and then he jams it down right over Anderson. Varejao putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Now here's Waiters. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Ross. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player will be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie, a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends.
Love. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Kevin Love is really a player who I think befuddles pundits because the numbers say he's a superstar, probably a top 5 player, but then he's never been to the playoffs. To that, I would simply say basketball is a team game. Individuals don't take teams to the playoffs. So despite that, there are some left wondering if his numbers are greater than his actual impact on the team. I'm not one of them.
Now here's Love. An 11-point game for him in the win against Washington. DeRozan brings the double team. Love kicks to Marion. Goes up the baseline, and the jumper is good.
And for Love, the other reason for the skepticism, he's not a chiseled, overpowering athlete. He's not flashy. Maybe he doesn't look like a superstar, but his game speaks for itself, just the strength and the skill.
Here's Williams. Sean Marion making his last shot. Williams passes to DeRozan. And again, Toronto with the triple. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch. And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
And one thing for sure, last season, the Timberwolves were a disaster when Kevin Love went to the bench.
That's for sure, Kevin. I mean, when he was on the floor, they outscored opponents significantly. When he sat, Their offense basically imploded.
Here's Williams. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
There's the bucket. Good. 7 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Love dishes to Marion. To halt the run, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
The Cavaliers trail by 3.
Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Ross and Johnson there, the forwards. Lowry out there with Vasquez. And it's Patterson in at the 5 down low. Here's Lowry. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. It's Patterson atop the key. From the high post, he drills it. It can be doubly defeating, Clark, with the missed shots here at home. Not only are you not scoring, but then the crowd loses interest. They get out.
That's a great point. I mean, one of the benefits of being at home is having your crowd there energized and pulling for you. And if you're not making shots, they tend to sit on their hands.
Now it's sent it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though we grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. Now, here is Irving. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the ball, just racking up the assists.
On the wing, Irving. Now recovering. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Vasquez running. And Ross with the slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
And so here's Cleveland. The Raptors getting the bucket. Marion a screen on Lowry. Irving drives in. And he lays it straight in. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. He dishes it to Patterson. That's good. Patterson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation. Kyle Lowry, an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Last year playing really well in a contract year. The question is, can he maintain that level of play now with this new deal?
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Johnson with a screen on Irving. They get it back. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cleveland. LeBron comes in for James Jones. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Toronto. Now here's James. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Deep two from Ross. It's good from the top of the key. Ross has got the lead up to 6 now for the Raptors. For Cleveland, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Outside Irving. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
Lowry kicks to Ross. Lowry setting the pick for Ross. Can't hit. Good work defensively by Marion. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against the Washington Wizards.
Seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
Big step forward in the play of Terrence Ross last year, and you can see why fans are excited about his growth. He has the physical tools and skill set to become an elite wing player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Kevin Love's checked in for Marion. Miller comes in for Waiters. And Lucas subbed in for Irving. And then for Toronto, Hansbrough's checked in for Johnson. DeRozan comes in for Vasquez. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Lucas. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Miller penetrating. And that one's good. Miller's got his first bucket in this one. And with Ross, he said that he models himself a bit after Paul George and how he wants to continue to grow as a player.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah,
PG
nice
already
compliment.
that's a great compliment, already being looked to by some of the younger players in the league. And you're right, Kevin, not a bad guy to model your game after, because PG is an excellent two-way player.
Irving's checked in for the Cavaliers. Outside Williams. For 3, Ross. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got his 4th assist in this one. Irving kicks to James. Back to Irving. Kicks it out to James. Love inside. He's against Hansbrough. Toronto leading by 6. Outside Williams. Valanciunas passes to Ross. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Fires the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Love. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound tonight. It's DeRozan with the drive. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
James, that's a 2-pointer. DeRozan with it. Got it up.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Raptors. They're up by 9. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Coach Casey, you head into halftime with a bit of a cushion here. How do you keep up this intensity for the rest of the game?
Well, maintain the disposition. I think we got to have a tough mental disposition against this team because they're going to keep playing. They know how to play the physical game. We did a good job in that half. We've got to maintain that.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the 3rd quarter of basketball.